Greetings adventurers, my name is Kramer and I seem to have stumbled upon a gift today. Someone has left a lot of bags of Bergschneider equipment here in this dwelling that I've stumbled upon. All of these pieces of kit that I'm going to be showing off today can be found on their website under the Dungeons & Dragons Call to Arms section. And while the entire set can be purchased from their site, so you get everything all included in one bundle, it can also be done a la carte. You can select which pieces you want, which ones you don't, so that you're not paying for stuff that you don't need. It was really, really nice of Bergschneider to just leave these lying around for me to find because I was interested in getting my hands on some new Ranger equipment. A lot of people have asked me about the kit that I'm wearing currently. There are lots of videos on it. But a lot of these pieces are customs. You're not going to be able to recreate this look unless you take screenshots of me and then try to make these pieces of kit yourself or find things that look similar, because a lot of these things are made just for me. But I think this new Ranger kit from the Dungeons & Dragons line on Bergschneider is going to offer some options for people that are wanting to approximate this look. I dive into this kit specifically in this video if you want a full breakdown of my own personal kit, but let's do a side-by-side comparison of all of the pieces. So the base elements of my personal kit are Bergschneider as well. My tunic is the Equine tunic in red. Over that goes my personal black gambeson. It is not available anywhere else. It has detachable sleeves. Over this goes my, again, custom-made Ranger jerkin. It's green here on the bottom and it's got a leather top and it laces up in the front. My bracers are from Medieval Collectibles. They are the Viking leather bracers in black. They're very, very cheap. I think House of Warfare is the one who makes them. My glove is custom, made it for myself. My cloak is from Fell and Fair. And those are all the pieces of this kit. Now the Ranger kit from Bergschneider's Dungeons & Dragons line Call to Arms comes with a pair of Ranger pants, a shirt, a jerkin which has grommets on the sleeves for detachable gambeson sleeves. It comes with a battle skirt and a gorget, which are both also a very thick gambeson. I like Bergschneider's gambesons, they're very sturdy feeling. And it also comes with their Ranger coat, which is sort of a cloak with sleeves cut into it. The cloak also has a hood already attached to it. Now, something to be aware of with Bergschneider pants is that many of them are meant to be worn with Winningas or Viking leg wraps, and thusly, a lot of their pants actually don't go all the way down to your ankle. They're not full-length pants. In fact, they're gonna cut off about 2/3 down your shin. And that's because a lot of Bergschneider pants are meant to be worn with Winningas or Viking leg wraps. And that is the same thing for these Ranger pants. These Ranger pants actually have an amazing addition to them, which is that these cords are attached to the pants with loops. You can remove the cord if you want to, but you can wrap this cord all the way around your leg with Winningas underneath, and it's going to keep them there nice and sturdy without you having to worry about losing a cord or keeping one as part of your pack. It's just all right there as part of the pants, and the Ranger pants have pockets. So an important note to make is that the shirt that the Ranger kit comes with, if you buy the full kit, is not a tunic. It is a shirt and it has a laced front. This is very much more like a Renaissance style shirt than it is a medieval tunic. I like this kit a lot. If I take the battle skirt off real quickly, in fact, what I think I'm gonna try to do is have it so the jerkin comes up over the battle skirt rather than being tucked in underneath it. There, that looks much better. Putting a belt on always makes something look better. I like this jerkin for a lot of reasons. The first one is that it very much fits with Bergschneider's philosophy on the way that they design and sell their costume pieces, which is that they are supposed to be a blank canvas. They will work functionally right out of the box and they'll look great right out of the box, but they are meant to not have too much embellishment right off the bat so that you can start adding things on yourself. That way you don't have to make the base costume from scratch, but you can add your own pieces. So right now I think it's just missing a little bit of texture, and that's the way it's meant to be. And I think maybe what I'll do, if I'm able to find some scrap leather, is I will start attaching places, maybe here on the shoulders or something. If I'm wearing the gorget, you're not really gonna see that. And lastly, the sort of ethos of this kit, I think, really mirrors the Athelian Ranger kit from Peter Jackson's The Lord of the Rings, which is what I try to emulate with my Ranger kit. It's not a one-to-one copy, but this is getting steps closer. If we take a look at the Athelian Rangers from Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings, we will see that they do in fact have this doublet. Now theirs is leather, so that's why I'm going to add leather to mine, but it does have this sort of short cut-off look here right at the waist, and then there is a longer piece underneath, battle skirt. And they also have a gorget. Again, theirs is leather, but they have a neck piece. And so this look is very, very similar to the Ithilien Rangers from the Lord of the Rings. Now, I know this is supposed to be D&D, but I really enjoy that. They even have the gambeson sleeves attached to their doublets too. I think there's a lot of potential here for me to integrate with my own kit. And I'm hoping the battle skirt grows on me a little bit. I think it's just something that I'm just not used to wearing it, and not having anything here underneath on my stomach is gonna be great because I'm here in the desert. I got sent here by a portal, if you didn't know. But it's gonna save me from the desert heat for sure. Not having to wear a full black gambeson, must have. But I definitely want my chest plate. I'm starting to miss my stuff a little bit. I'm gonna have to look around here and see if there's other kit hiding around. That'll be for later. And I like this cloak, this coat sort of thing. I'm not sure I want it to be a cloak. I think I'm gonna lean into the fact that they call it a coat, and maybe I'll even attach some buckles or some laces here on the front so I can actually close that up and belt that too. Because then I'll have like a hooded, very long tunic. If I take the hood off, it'll almost be like Boromir. Another thing about both the jerkin and the shirt that this kit comes with is that they have stand-up collars, very much like my Equine tunic, which is my favorite tunic. That's the red one as part of my Ranger kit. They have this stand-up collar, which is another thing that makes me feel like this is more leaning into the Renaissance period rather than medieval, which is perfectly fine. I like a little bit of anachronism. And I don't have anything that looks like this, making this a very versatile jerkin, because now I can wear something like this and use a rapier, and it's all going to make sense. I don't actually have a Renaissance style doublet, and that is what this appears to be to me. And the Ranger kit comes in multiple colors, so you can get this in seaweed green, or I think the other one is either dark brown or black. But if you don't like this canvas that it's made of, they also have one in suede and in a heavier weight wool. So because the Ranger kit can be a la carte, you can grab those other pieces and add that to this. If you want one in suede or you want one in heavy wool, those will be in the Bergschneider Musketeer section. So now I'm gonna integrate my personal Ranger kit with this new Ranger kit that I found from Bergschneider and see what sort of works together and what I'm going to take with me going into the future. So first, these pants are going to replace the pants that I currently have from Bergschneider. These new Ranger pants make putting on Winnegas so easy. Plus the added utility of having pockets. These are the perfect pants. These are the perfect pants for me. They are also much lighter weight than my wool pants, so I'm going to be thankful for that in this desert area. But instead of using the black shirt that the Ranger kit comes with, I'm going to use my red Equine tunic. I've said before, this is my favorite tunic. It also has sort of a stand-up collar on it, so I think it's going to work with the Ranger kit very, very well, but give me more of that sort of length down here at the bottom. And I think red is gonna stand out a little bit less than black, but maybe I'll do some camouflage testing. Now for a much lighter sort of Ranger kit, this is what the Ranger jerkin looks like just over the tunic, and it actually looks fairly similar to my personal Ranger tunic when it's all laced up. The only difference is that the Equine tunic here doesn't have a slit in the front, it just has two slits on the side. If you wanted to mirror my personal Ranger jerkin as closely as possible, you could get something like this Ranger jerkin and pair it with the Arnaud tunic, and that would get you a very similar look. And I did just want to show off what this looks like with the battle skirt and with the gorget, just switching out the tunic instead of the shirt. It gives a little bit of extra length to the look. I was curious to see if this jerkin would actually work with my personal gambeson, and I think it actually does. What I've done is I've taken the sleeves off of my black gambeson so that I could use the sleeves that attach to the jerkin, and it actually looks like it might even all be one piece. I'm still able to move very efficiently with it, and I actually think that the brown with the black, it varies things up a little bit and creates a little bit more interesting of a look. And it still ends up retaining that length. Now I'm gonna overheat here in the desert a little bit easier because I'm still wearing the gambeson, so I'm not capitalizing on the cool factor of this, that it looks like I'm wearing a full gambeson when I'm actually not, but I do feel more comfortable in that it works better, I think, than a battle skirt to have the full thing attached underneath. It doesn't seem to poke out as much. I'm not sure this jerkin would fit over a lot of other gambesons. Mine is particularly thin, so if you're planning on wearing the jerkin over a gambeson that you already have, then it should be a thinner gambeson. Or if you're going to buy a gambeson so you can put this Ranger jerkin over the top of it, make sure to size up the Ranger jerkin would be my recommendation, especially with a Bergschneider gambeson, because they're like actually thick gambesons. They're like protective. We're looking more and more Ithilien as the moments go by. In fact, so all I've done here is add the gorget that the Ranger kit comes with and a regular cloak. Bergschneider does sell regular cloaks as well, both lighter ones and heavier ones. And now all I need is a sword. That'll do. I feel really battle ready in this. I feel nice and protected, I feel cozy, but I don't feel over encumbered. I feel like that's what a ranger should feel like, especially a more fighting focused ranger rather than like a ranger scout. And just because I'm curious, I wanted to try the Ranger jerkin from Bergschneider with my personal jerkin to see how well they fit. And the leather kind of shows a little bit at the bottom, but this is not really a problem anyone else will ever encounter. But you can see how close they are in color. And I really like the shorter layer on top with a longer layer on the bottom to get that sort of two-piece look. I think it's a really nice contrast in textures. These are probably too close in color to wear together. They're slightly different, so it's throwing me off a little bit. I'm not sure that these two go well together, but let me know what you think of the combinations that I tried. Which one is your favorite? If you had a favorite, let me know down in the comments below. The links for this kit, as well as Bergschneider in general, will be linked down in the description, of course, and you can use code LA10 to get 10% off of your entire purchase. And it should stack even if the item is already on sale. Don't quote me on that though. So a super huge thank you to Bergschneider for making this video possible by making their equipment so easy to get your hands on that I was able to find it here wherever I've been teleported to so that I could share it with you all. Thank you for joining me today. I'll see you soon, and in the meantime, I'd like to wish you good luck on your adventures.